Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are back again with another Dragonheir video and we are going to be reviewing the Radiance heroes. So for those of you who don't know, we did the review of the Lightning heroes on Scratch's channel and we'll be doing the Radiance Legendary review on my channel. And today we have Scratch here with me. Scratch, how are you doing today?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm doing great. Nice to be here. And yeah, guys, this is the final one. The final one. We reviewed all the other elements in the last 1 week or two, if I remember it correctly. So feel free to check those videos out as well. We have necrosis and poison on your channel, if I'm not mistaken. And I think we have fire and we have frost on my channel. And we're gonna have lightning there as well. And we're gonna end it here with a banger, with the Radiance.
Yeah, so the Radiance is the team that I am using this season. Last season I was using the fire team.
Yeah.
But this season I was like, Radiance didn't get much love in the beta, so let's test them out. And I was pleasantly surprised by what they can do in their team. They have some amazing champions. So let's start with the beginning. Jillian.
Yeah.
Jillian is actually pullable from the Horn, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you can pull her from the Horn. She's a great healer overall. She has a lot going on her kit. So when healing an ally with less than 50% HP, the cleric grants 1 stack of recovery over time. And it's good. Like if your ally is like close to dying, you get another recovery on him.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, getting a bit of extra support. She does look awesome as a hero, though.
Yeah, very nice. And she heals the ally with the lowest HP on her battle skill and also provides damage reduction. So this damage reduction is actually pretty nice. If you're in PvP, you can, because everybody at the beginning is going to attack your tank, you get damage reduction on him. Yeah. And it actually protects them further.
Pretty nice.
Damage reduction is a really nice. Not a lot of champions do that, so I always like this thing.
Yeah, actually, there are not many that do damage reduction. Yeah.
Yeah, there are not many that do it for allies. I think there are like a couple of them that do it. I think in the Frost hero, Philotia was the one that reduces damage for the entire team. But other than that, I don't think there are that many. On her ultimate, she'll heal all allies by 15% HP and 3500% enlightenment, and also removes a debuff and grants defense up. So that one debuff actually counts towards like stacks as well. So if you're fighting in the fire elemental dungeon or stuck somewhere in the Feywild, you can use her to clean up that poison stack or the fire stack that is on you, the HP burn.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good, and defense up also helps your team survive for longer. She's an overall decent champion, not the greatest healer in my opinion, which is going to be a controversial opinion in my opinion. But
I think she's good though with the.
I'm sorry?
I think she's pretty solid with the defense up and the cleanse.
Yeah. No, she's pretty solid, but I feel like in the Radiance, there will be another champion that will like overshadow her completely.
Ah, okay, got you.
That's why I've been using somebody else. Like she never just made the list for me.
Yeah, interesting. Curious to see what you have there on your secret list, Arsalan.
Yep.
The next hero.
Next up, Pilto. So he's my top damage dealer right now.
Oh, nice.
He's amazing design. Like that cannon looks so cool.
It does look pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah. So his basic attack launches a basic attack that an arcane explosion. When it hits an enemy, it deals derivative radiant damage. The hero will not gain any attack speed bonus. 1% extra attack speed gain will be converted to attack. So if you have somebody that is boosting up attack speed, or you put more attack speed on him, it can be converted into attack. Interesting. Yeah, but it's 10 attack. It's not like 10% attack. I would have like if
it's not gonna be massive.
Yeah, that would be really cool. But yeah, it's still pretty good. His attack is one of the highest base attack in the game.
You build him with a lot of attack, right? And you give him some enlightenment, but mainly you focus the attack, right?
Mainly attack, because his basic attack. So it's his ultimate that does a lot of damage. So you want to maximize that instead of this basic attack. Because his attack is insane. Like it's 1730. So you place like attack percentage chest, attack percentage glove. You can get crazy high number with him.
Yeah.
And for his battle skill, fires 3 cannon shots at enemies. Each shot deals radiant damage to targets within the range. If hits more than 2 targets, the hero gains rally. And for rally heroes, rally as a buff is really important.
Yep.
So you ideally pair him with somebody who can provide rally, because this skill in Vortex is not going to place rally on himself because it's only one target there.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
And then moving to his ultimate, this is the highest dealing, like this is the highest multiplier on an ultimate without any artifacts. With
Yep.
artifacts, I think Thilandor has the highest. But this deals 600% attack radiant damage, and if you have rally, it will deal an extra 2 times. So 1800% is going to be her total overall attack damage.
Oh wow, that's actually a lot of damage. I don't recall seeing anyone else that can burst so much damage. There is a rare that gets to, I think, 1600 if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. But definitely nothing as close to this. Really nasty.
Yeah, and then he recharges his ultimate energy by 20%, so he will keep going.
Yep, actually, yeah, and it's not the longest cooldown either, the recharge time, so he will use this pretty often.
Yeah, and there are other champions in the rally which provides rally frequently. So it's easy to get the rally on. And speaking of champions that provide rally, we are at Lorethil.
Yep.
I think this is my most hated champion in the game, design-wise.
Same, yeah, like I can't stand him. I don't know, they made him look too innocent. It just doesn't fit in the team. I don't know. With the deer.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the design at all. And if you go on his back, it feels like he's sinking in this deer.
In the horse, yeah. In the deer. Horse.
Yeah. This is the elf horse.
Yeah.
So he does provide a crit damage aura, but that's not that good. Like I feel like if there be just attack percentage aura, these teams will benefit more. On his basic attack, once hero's ultimate fully recharges, grants rally to all allies, and that's why like he's so powerful for a rally team. He's like the support unit that will enable all the damage. His basic skill is his battle skill is pretty decent. Not the greatest either, but when an ally casts a spell that consumes rally, it resets the recharge time of the skill. So it will go quite frequently. Whenever they consume rally, he's going to provide rally. And for his ultimate, he doesn't attack at all. He just provides this increased attack buff. And whenever the ally consumes rally through ultimate skills within the domain, recharge this ultimate energy by 25%. So if you pair him with Filto, you're basically recharging his ultimate by 45%.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty, yeah?
Yeah, so that's why like this team has like a... So what you need to find is usually synergy between team. Like if I just had Filto, will I use him? Probably no. But since I have the team synergy, that's what is really important here. So he also provides this attack up to all rally allies, which is pretty good.
Yep. And then we have...
Moving on to Huberg.
I have this champion. Actually, I have both of them. I have Huberg and him. I haven't used them this season yet though, because I'm pretty tight with them, the resources and what I need to build the team. But I'm planning to do it next. Like it's on my list,
Yeah. No, both of them together do work really well. Because he's actually a decent damage dealer by himself.
Yeah.
He does increase attack for his aura, but it's only for the Fey Meander, which is like nobody cares about.
Yeah.
And then on his passive, when other allies cast a spell that consumes rally, it gains rally. So if somebody else is consuming rally, he will gain rally. So it's pretty good. Like you have to somewhat manual his ultimate first time. So say for example you have Filto, Lorethil, and Huberg. You want Filto to ultimate first, consume it, he will get it back. So Filto's ultimate should go after him. So he consumes his rally, but when Filto consumes his rally, he will get the rally back. So you have to do a little bit of strategizing when using him. With the ralliers, his battle skill fires the Holy Light Orb at enemies, which explode upon hit. This actually deals pretty significant damage. I've used him in Goblin 3 recently. Yeah. And this skill was actually basically annihilating some of the goblins. And he has a 40% chance to gain rally as well.
Interesting.
And on his ultimate, summons 3 arcane energy orbs from above, strikes enemy within the range. Each orb deals 120% attack, but you can get up to 7 orbs on this thing. When you keep, for example, if you're fighting Vortex,
Yep.
you can get up to 7. And if the hero has rally consume, it consumes the rally to cost the skill once more. So it's pretty powerful. So you're getting 14 of these orbs out. And yeah, so you can multiply that by 12 to have the total damage for a single target.
That's pretty good, huh?
Yep.
And we have
a Cilia. So this is the healer that I was going to use instead of Jillian. She is the S tier champion in my tier list. She's amazing for everything. There's not a content in the game that I'm not using her. And so her passive, her aura is for Grand Guerrier Arena and actually usable, because if you're building her in a tank team with other like very tanky champions like Mitrasi, Aragander, things like that, she's really powerful there. And for her passive, for each debuff dispelled or resisted, she gains 1 stack of this Oathkeeper's Glory, which increases your healing by 3%. And you can increase the healing by 30% if you're... So not in this Vortex, but when we unlock the stage 4, I believe he places defense down.
Yep.
And this passive comes in really handy because it keeps on increasing the heals as you continue to go.
Yeah, that's gonna be helpful for sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna start hitting pretty hard, the Vortex, right? So you want to make sure you're able to recoup the healing so you can survive longer to be able to put in more damage.
Yeah, and her battle skill is a AoE heal. So this is why I prefer her over Jillian, because
this is much better.
So you're basically getting 2 kind of heals with her from her ultimate and her battle skill. And it's a pretty decent heal. It heals for a sizable chunk. And her ultimate is what makes her so special. She dispels all buffs from all allies and granting them debuff immunity for 10 seconds. So there's no champion in the game that does both of them together in a skill. There will be champions that will dispel all the debuffs. There will be champions that will provide debuff immunity, but not together.
Yeah, that's actually strong.
Arena, where somebody can place block buffs on you, she will cleanse it and just place debuff immunity, so she becomes really toxic to deal with in a tanky team. And her heals are incremental heals. So she's going to heal for like 1.5% HP and 400 enlightenment for 10 times in her ultimate. So it stacks up, and you can use the Solar King's Horn, which increases the damage based on each heal.
Yeah.
So she's perfect for that. So she synergizes really well to boost damage or to protect the entire team.
Definitely pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah. One of my favorites.
Alton.
Alton is a new addition to the game. He also increases crit damage aura. So he increases crit damage by 30% in all battles. But he's kind of like both a support and a damage dealer. His damage is actually pretty high. But his passive somewhat allows the other rally units to gain more damage or more, or if they not have rally, they have a chance to gain rally. Both the chances are 50%. So it actually triggers a lot in a Vortex, something like a long fight. It will trigger a lot more.
Are you using him in the Vortex?
Yeah, I am. He's pretty good. He synergizes really well with the rally team. And his battle skill, he fires these 3 orbs at random.
Ooh, look at that range.
Yeah, pretty high range. And if he has rally when casting skill, it consumes it and increases the orbs to 5.
Oh, nice.
So battle skill alone deals like a lot of damage, because rally is always going to be there when you pair him with Lorethil.
Yeah.
Because his passive places rally and damage bonus. His ultimate passive places rally as well. So both of them synergize really well together. And on his ultimate, he unleashes this domain similar to what Lorethil does, but he actually deals damage. So he fires these orbs every 2 seconds at a random enemy, but if you're a Vortex, it's a single enemy. And they deal quite a lot of damage because this domain is going to be for 10 seconds, 2 seconds is the interval of 5. And if you have rally when you're using this ultimate, you get 10 orbs that are going to be fought. So it's like 1140 multiplier total.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, actually.
Very good addition to the game.
Talendor.
Talendor is one of the exclusive champions for Radiance. He has his own artifact.
Yeah.
And after the artifact, if you are able to pull like 2 copies of him, you can get the artifact, and he has one of the highest multipliers for his ultimate for single target.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he increases all allies attack by 45% in dungeon battles,
Yep.
which is pretty sweet. But he's a melee unit, so you have to be very careful in what sort of team that you're using him. It's hard to place him everywhere.
Yep.
And when the hero unleashes a spell that consumes rally, it ignores defense, right? So it's pretty awesome. So any battle skill, his ultimate, if he consumes rally,
Will
he's
ignore
going to ignore
defense.
20% of the defense.
That's nice, yeah.
And for his battle skill, deals radiant damage to enemies within range with 40% chance of gaining rally. And if he has rally, he will consume it to channel an additional beam of moonlight and deal another basically like 300% of damage.
So adds up to 600 attack. That's actually pretty nice, considering that you're gonna end up in ignoring the defense too a bit. You know, it's gonna be nice damage from here.
Yeah, the battle skill also hits pretty hard, and his ultimate is pretty good. Like, so unleashes a moonlight rain for 6 seconds, and every 0.3 seconds strikes a random enemy. But if you look down, it says up to 9 beams of moonlight can be channeled at a single target.
Yep.
So even if he has rally, for AoE is also, it works really well. Like, but it's like a trickle down effect, so it lasts for a long time. For a single target like Vortex, it's 9 beams. I think it basically doubles or something. I forgot what his artifact does.
Oh,
But
wow.
then it becomes like one of the highest dealing skills in the game.
Pretty nasty, yeah, to have so many beams. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy like how much it does. So if I go to his, I think it's, yeah. So
Is
he
it?
deals 16 hits and to a single target with
Disgusting.
with his artifact. So it's pretty
Disgusting.
powerful.
I need to get myself some more legendary artifacts. I only have one at the moment.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No, those are hard to get, especially exclusives. They're like, I feel like the rates are lower for those.
I'm very curious about that, you know, because you're mentioning now. You think they have different rates to summon the heroes, or they're all equal?
From my experience, like it's hard to say, because I mean, yeah, I can speculate, but like I would still be in the, you know, within the range of not pulling a specific champion. Like I haven't pulled Grishna, but I have fully maxed Vikania, which is a new champion. So it can vary, but it definitely feel like the exclusives are, you know, more
Harder.
exclusive than the other heroes. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So now we have Mitrasi, another S tier champion.
Yeah.
This is the hardest carry in the game. So there are like a lot of champions that, you know, struggle to put into different affinities. You want the affinity bonus. You don't need anything with her. If you're using a poison team, if you're using a fire team, you using whatever you're using, you can just plug her, and like she will carry you through the content. She's that powerful of a champion. And her aura is increasing HP in all battles, which is always nice.
Yeah.
And her passive, when an ally takes a fatal hit, grants immortality and recovery over time. So also gives them, you know, if it's a range hero, it will give it an invisibility. So if it's like a DPS range unit,
Yeah.
pretty nice to have. But that immortality comes into play quite often, because it's going to reset every 30 seconds, but by that time you can heal back up full, then you're going back to the immortality.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice to have.
100%. Yeah, this actually sounds like such a nice passive.
Yeah,
Sounds like she
and then-
needs to jump on my account as well.
Yeah, I wish I had more copies of her. I only have like 2 copies. But her battle skill is that area of range is probably one of the highest for heals. Heals all allies within this range by 8% and 2400%
And light.
and then also grants recovery over time, which is amazing.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of healing from this skill, and that's awesome because this is for all the teams, so it's definitely a massive carry.
Yeah, and she is the only true resurrector in the game. So on her ultimate, she will grant resurrection on death, but if somebody is dead, she's going to revive them all. And she also provides debuff immunity, and she also grants invisibility, but I don't really care about invisibility to range units. The problem with her is like, so if you have somebody that places, so this is why Cilia is a much more powerful healer, because if you have like a healing prohibition, or
Yeah.
if you have any debuffs, she's not going to cleanse it. So it's better that you're dead and you're being revived.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where I use her. Like unless if I have buff block or something, I will not use her ultimate. I will probably just use it so that I can revive my champions.
Makes sense, yeah. She just sound pretty nice, like strong hero, 100%.
Yeah. No, she's pretty strong.
Donella.
So she's pretty good for rot. If you're struggling with rot, she's pretty good. Or any place where you need heal reduction. This is probably the best heal reduction champion in the game.
Let's see. I'm curious to see if she's better than my rare hero. So let's see.
So she increases all allies accuracy by 50, which is always good.
Yeah.
Then you have the magic. Her passive is what provides this healing prohibition, and it occurs a lot of times. So every 8 seconds deals like this 200% radiant damage, which doesn't matter, but does healing prohibition for 5 seconds. So there's only a brief 3-second window that the boss or any champion that you're targeting doesn't have.
It. Yeah, that's nice.
So that's what makes her like really good.
Yeah.
It won't be good in a place where you have like multiple enemies that require healing reduction, because the skill works at random.
Yeah.
But it works really well. And then on her battle skill, she gets 100% chance to stun, which is good in PvP or in some waves, but outside of that, not so much. And her ultimate, she has a full AoE attack penalty. I don't think not many champions have that. If you have Organda, you really don't care about it. Yeah. But if you are struggling with some content and you're not able to reach some of the backline units, she's really good because it's a full AoE attack penalty too.
Yeah, it's always welcome, and the whole area, man, is crazy.
Yeah. I wish more champions would be like full AoE. There are not many champions that are
I
full
know,
AoE
right? To cover the entire area is crazy. Like, we definitely need more of them, Sagomir. Pretty popular
he's
hero.
Everywhere in the NPC. He's everywhere. He's the spokesperson for the game.
Yeah, exactly. The horse.
So he was pretty trashy. I used to call him particularly very trash in beta, but I ended up using him a lot this season of Dragonheir. So you realize that okay, there is some hidden potential there, and I use him primarily on Vortex. Everywhere else, I feel like there are better champions, but he has a pretty interesting passive where he provides a carrot space, but it provides like a recovery over time, and it increases the ultimate energy by 20%. So if you're using him in a rally team, so Scratch, now you understand like why I do so much damage. Is because like they have 3 heroes that are basically boosting the ultimate energy of Filto.
Yeah.
Right. So he continuously just ults. So he synergizes really well with the rally team, but not all dungeons, because I feel like his kit needs a little bit more.
Yeah. I was actually looking at him the other day, and even though he sounds decent, he's not that wow,
Yeah, no, he's not. As tanks go, when you compare it to like a Cilia or Ganda, why would you use somebody like him? But if you don't have, decent source of attack down on Vortex, you can definitely use him. He works really well there.
Yep, pretty interesting.
So on his battle skill, rams into enemy with the highest attack, and this is actually good for like you will taunt it. Like I feel like it should have been stun, so at least you stop the ult gauge meter.
Yeah.
With taunt, you don't really stop the ultimate gauge meter, and yeah, I wish there was like something more with this skill happening. But yeah,
maybe next season.
Yeah, hopefully they buff him. Like he would be an amazing champion if they fixed some of the things, give him more utility in his kit. But yeah, so on his ultimate, he basically places attack penalty 2 and accuracy penalty 2.
Yep.
His damage is not that great anyway, so I wouldn't build him for damage anyways. Accuracy penalty 2, I am yet to see in content where it can be used. Because you never build your... Even in raid, where some of these what do you call the Hydra example?
Yeah.
We don't use it anymore, right? Like it's accuracy penalty is one of those debuffs which sound good on paper, but it never is.
Not very important here. Yeah, I don't find it very important either.
Yeah. But I think that's it. We covered all the legendary heroes.
Yep. Sagomir being the last one, guys. So this will actually conclude all the legendary heroes from every single element. There are quite a few, and I'm pretty convinced we're gonna get some more in the next season. I'm pretty convinced they're gonna be doing some rebalance. I'm curious to see what elemental combination we're gonna have next season. But as it stands right now, Radiance is one of the best for the Vortex, right? Like the highest DPS, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if with the right champions, right thing.
Let's just assume you have everyone, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So Radiance is one of the best. I think last season it was Fire, so hopefully next season Ice will get a chance at Vortex too, or Poison. But we have rules on Vortex as well, so it might change sooner or later. We have some rules where a particular affinity would do more damage one week versus the other. So do look out for that as well when building a team. If you have building multiple champions, just take a look at that as well. But we will be continuing reviews of some other champions in the future once there's some balance changing, or maybe even Epic if Scratch you're up to it.
Yeah, of course, man. Definitely. I was actually gonna say we should do the epics at some point as well, because they're more accessible for the people, you know, to have the epics rather than the legendaries. So looking forward to do the epics as well with you in the next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, sounds great. But till then, we will all see you next time. Scratch, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Until next time, guys. See you.
Peace.